but you know what I'm generally saying, you know, I'm so lucky to be able to do that sort of run all the time, you know. So I haven't got to think to myself, yeah, I've got to get up and do an hour's ride just to get in the country or something, because I live in the country and it's great, you know, it really is. Yeah. I had one of my subscribers has been asking, could I do a chateau? Now I don't know whether you saw that sign back there, Route the Chateau. Well, the trouble is, there is a chateau down there, but there's not much left of it. I mean, it's not a grand stately home chateau. It's a virtually give up and fell down chateau. So I am actually looking around, you know, and seeing what there is round it. I do take note of everything that's said to me, you know, and I do try and do this because, you know, although it's my little channel and I get up and I think, okay, I'll go there or I'll do this or whatever, at the same time it's so important because, you know, the people that are watching me, you know, I want to give you something different to see, or maybe somewhere different to go, and again, you know, it's I absolutely love it because yesterday we got through the 200 subscribers, you know, which, okay, don't get me wrong, that's, you know, I know compared to a lot of people on YouTube, you know, 200 subscribers isn't many at all, you know. So, but for me, you know, I'm really pleased and I appreciate it so much. I really do, you know, because this time last year, well, in fact later than this, well later than this, I think I got about 8 subscribers, you know. And so yeah, to actually come through the 200 yesterday was really nice, you know. I really appreciate it, I really do. It was great. I mean, I'd love this channel to grow, you know. I really would. And you know what? I get these emails, you know, these you know, grow your channel, sign up with us, and we will grow your channel. But you know what? I'm not interested. I don't want anybody to grow my channel, you know. And I get it. People, you know, people run a lot of the channels as a job, as a living, and that's fine, you know. I mean, if you're younger and you can make a living out of doing something that you like doing, I think that's absolutely brilliant, you know. I wish I could turn the clock back, you know, to when I was 30s, 40s, you know. I wish there was the stuff that we had today, you know, social media, YouTube and all that, because do you know what, I would have given it a damn good go. I really would, you know. So I'm under no great illusion. I just want my little channel to maybe get, you know, a bit bigger, and carry the people with me that enjoy doing what I do, the sort of things that I do, listening to me talk away, which, you know, I get must be really difficult sometimes, but of course you can always turn off. You know, you don't have to listen. But you know what, yeah, you know, when you look at sort of what's around in this day and age, it's absolutely marvellous at what you can achieve, you know, by just, you know, I mean, come on, you know, I've said this so many times, but look at Itchy Boots, you know, I mean, not only is she doing the thing that is so passionate to her, she's also getting paid to do it, you know, and I think that is absolutely fantastic. I really do. You know, like I said, I wish I could have done it. You know, I wish they had social media, GoPros, and God knows what else when I was a lad. Hey, but they didn't. So there you go. Whoops, I sort of totally cocked that up. Right, hang on. Let's have a look. This is the one we want. Get off this road. I'm not a main road lover. I'm really not, you know. I know, you know, to get from like A to B and everything else, but I'm not a road. Although it does do the bike, you know, it does do the bike good now and again to have a little blast. Well, wasn't really a blast, was it? But you know what I mean. Oh, I love that. I do like that exhaust. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but I do. Now, this is a different way back. Not for me, but for you. And that's good, you know, because we've been somewhere today that I haven't taken you before, and that's good. I'm going to go and see a friend of mine soon. He lives about 2.5, 3 hours away from me. Unfortunately, it's pretty main roady to get up there, but there are some nice sights on the way, so we can do that ride together. Obviously not all the way, because like I say, it is pretty boring, but I am actually looking forward to it in a way, for the simple fact is that it'll be the first time that I've sort of taken the bike on the sort of dual carriageway main roady bit, and you know, giving it a, you know, a couple of hours straight run. So yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to see how it behaves and whatever, and it'll do it good, you know. That's the main thing. It'll do the bike good, because running it in is one thing, but you know, at the same time, having a bit of touring behind it doesn't hurt it at all. Right, well, you know what, this weather, how gorgeous is this? So instead of me telling you how cold it is every time we come out, isn't it nice, you know, to be able to see this? It doesn't it make it, you know, look at everywhere now, look at all the trees and everything looks so nice, it really does. So I've been thinking more and more about this front sprocket, you know, going up that extra cog, and the more I think about it, do you know what? You hear people, they make claims, and I'm not saying that they're wrong, right? So please don't get jumping all over me. But you hear people say, oh yeah, you know, it reduced it in top gear by 400 revs, you know. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't, but that's quite a bold statement, isn't it? You know, that, and I'm just thinking, I mean, I don't know what to do, you know. I don't know whether to put the extra tooth on. I'm certainly not going to change it just for the sake of changing it. If I do decide to put that extra tooth on, then it's going to be when I replace it as a set. I don't think it's going to warrant changing it just for the sake of changing it, you know. I really don't. And of course, I suppose the other thing that you got to look at is, if you don't do loads of cruising, then, you know, to be fair, it's not going to really make that much difference anyway. I mean, I try to ride on this sort of road, you know. I'm not a, you know, mile munching, which I used to do when I had, you know, I had my BMW, and that's what that bike was for, you know. That was brilliant. But I don't want to do the big tours anymore, you know. It's be away for hang on, the being away for 3 or 4 weeks is fine. But what I don't want to do is, you know, the 500-600 kilometers a day, you know, moving down south and keep going, and, you know, because I'm too bloody old for the start off. So, you know, I'm not going to be on the real huge main roads. So again, you know, does it actually warrant it? I love how this handles round islands. I mean, it's so, they are simplicity in every single way, these bikes. You know, you can get it right. I mean, I was a bit dodgy on the tyres at first, you know. I don't know these tyres. I've always been a Michelin man. That sounds bad, that, doesn't it? I've always been a bit of a fat anyway, okay. And so when you get used to the bike, which now, you know, over 1,000 kilometers you are, and I do trust these. I think these tyres are pretty cool, really. I mean, I won't replace them with the same tyres when these are worn out. I will go back to Michelin, because that, I like Michelin tyres. It's as simple as that. You know, but when you bank it over now, if you feel confident to do it, these bikes, you know, I don't know whether it's because they're short wheelbase, because they are a little bit heavy, you know. I mean, for the actual size of the bike, they are a little bit heavy. I mean, we're not talking hugely heavy, they're no big deal, but, you know, but whatever they've done, however they did it, Himalayans, well, Royal Enfields, they've got it right. The balance on these bikes is absolutely smack on. I mean, it really, you can throw these things round, and they just do it. There is no, I mean, I would imagine, and I don't know because I've never done it, so I'm far from qualified to say, but I would imagine that if you're an off-roader on one of these, then this bike would be the bike that you would enjoy doing it on. That's what I think, because, you know, just on the road, it's a pleasure to ride. You know, the actual balance of it, like me now, you know, sat here, and it balances absolutely beautiful. It feels right, you know. I just love it. I do, honestly. You know, I think Royal Enfield have done an absolutely stupendous job with this. It can only get better, can't it? It can, you know. I just hope, I really hope that Royal Enfield as a manufacturer can keep going through this economical crisis, because I'll tell you what, their bikes, their popularity is obviously growing worldwide. You know, it really is. And I reckon if they can get through this economical crisis, which the whole world is suffering, and they can come out the other end, then do you know what? I reckon they've cracked it, because I think their bikes, I think they're brilliant, and I think they'll really. If I was to make one criticism, and this isn't a criticism to the Royal Enfield company itself, because I think they listen. I think, you know, people have told them, look, you've got a problem with this and a problem with that, and they do their utmost to get it sorted, and I think that's pretty cool. It's alright, I'm just seeing matey boy here. If he gets any closer, he'll be in the box, but never mind. Yeah, you know, which is really good. They listen. What I would say to Royal Enfield is choose your dealers a bit more carefully, and I sort of get it, you know. I mean, they're trying to get their network out there, you know, and when you're a fairly newish young company, you know, that's trying to grow and you're trying to get everything right, it's probably not the easiest thing to do. But I don't know, I just feel, without me going in, because I will not use this channel to badmouth anything, but this is what's swayed me to knock the warranty on the head and do it myself, because I think the dealers that they use, they should pick, or, you know, look a little bit better, you know, suss them out. I don't know, just my thinking anyway. Okay, so you know what, I've enjoyed this. It's been a bit of a quick, because again I've got a busy week this week. It's crazy really, isn't it? You sort of work all your life and you retire, and of course, as I'm sure everybody knows by watching the news, this country at the moment is going through all sorts of arguments to do with the pension age, but I was lucky and I retired at 62 here, and yeah, so, but for some unknown reason, but it's good, I seem to be more busier now than when I was working, you know. Again, you know, having young children, you know, all sorts of things. I mean, I suppose really, for me, I'm more than happy to keep busy. I really am, and I think it's really important, because by keeping busy, I think you keep active, and by keeping active, well, that's got to be a good thing, you know. So yeah, I mean, a busy week. Well, we lost Monday, so, and Tuesday today. Yeah, I'd love to be able to get another video out before the weekend, even if it's one, if I go up to see my mate, just putting bits and pieces of the ride up. I've got in the last video I said I got a few bits and pieces coming for the bike, which the wife's got me, so not a huge video, but that, you know, that'll give us something to do in the garage. I'd like to think not on a rainy day, but you never know. I'm sure I heard the tail end of the news this morning, and it said something about the cold weather was creeping back in for the weekend with thunderstorms and heavy winds, which isn't nice at all, is it? I mean, it really isn't. Still, okay, we will have to see. But yeah, I'll definitely hope to get another video out before the weekend. So this is Landudeck, and this is just up the road from me. This is where Super U is. Do you know that sun on your back? Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, like, I love that exhaust. I really do. Oh, look at an electric. Is it? No, it's not. I can see the exhaust. That place there, Ches Tante Marie, brilliant pizza place, eh? If you're ever on holiday across here, that's the place to have a pizza. It's run by an elderly lady now. In fact, there was talk that she was going to retire, but as far as I'm aware, she hasn't. And everything she cooks in here, she cooks herself. It's all homemade, and it is absolutely gorgeous. In fact, and I know I keep reminding everybody of this. Well, I don't keep reminding you, I keep saying, the wife said to me last night, do you want to go out Thursday for a meal for your birthday? Now, you got to bear in mind, we've got young children, yeah. I mean, I've got a couple of elder daughters here, you know. My eldest is 25, the next one down is nearly 18, so, you know, it's not like we can't go out because we've got them there. And she said, you know, do you want to go out Thursday evening for a meal for your birthday? And but you know what, see, I really am a simple guy, me. I love barbecues outside. I love going camping, whether it be me on the bike or when we're all away, you know, family camping, we eat outside, and I love that. I absolutely love that, you know, I really do. That to me is great. Sitting in a restaurant, which is, you know, obviously busy, because hey ho, that's what restaurants do, but and everyone's talking, which, I mean, come on, I can talk, so I can't moan at anybody for talking. It's just, you know, you put all these things together, and I don't know, do I want to go out for a meal? Am I sounding miserable again? I probably am, you know. I don't know. We'll see. See, I'm not a fast food merchant anyway, because, man, but if the weather was a bit warmer, there's a couple of places down in Odierne where we've been on the bike rides a few times, and they actually do outside sort of restauranty cooking things, yeah. Well, they're not a restaurant, are they? They're like a, you know, but they're really nice, you know. And although they do burgers and that sort of stuff, they're, you know, they're nice burgers, yeah. And they're right on the port, you know, and but it's a bit early for them yet. None of them are open yet. Obviously, you know, in the summer when it's nice and warm, that's when you get them. But so as yet, we haven't got them. So yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do for my birthday on Thursday. There's a chain of restaurants out here called Buffalo Grill. I'm sure if you've been to France, you'd have heard of it. And I like that, you know. That's not too bad, you know. Yeah. Now here's a sad bit. We went to Buffalo Grill, and you know, you got a menu of all sorts. You know, you can have burgers, you can have steak, you can have pizzas, you can have ribs. There is literally all sorts that you can have. But you can also have fish and chips. Hey? Now, I'm not a British, I want fish and chips, because you know what, I hardly eat fish and chips. You know, when I was in the UK, if someone said to me, do you want to go to the chippy and get fish and chips, it was a big no. I mean, it really, no. I hate, I've got this thing about chip shop fish and chips in the UK. You know, you get it and it's swimming in grease, and your fish isn't really a fish, it's just a little bit of fish with a load of batter. I don't like that. I mean, I really don't like that. But when we went to the Buffalo Grill and they do fish and chips, I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm going to try that. You know, I thought instead of the steak or the burger and everything else, I'm going to try that. And I had it, yeah, I had the fish and chips, and I'm not kidding you, it was absolutely, the fish was done in breadcrumbs, a very thin splattering of breadcrumbs, so you actually got fish, you know. And it was really nice, and I like it. It was really nice. So yeah, and a lot of people, members of my family as well, they do the ribs, yeah. And you know what a I remember back in the 70s, when we used to go to the Chinese takeaways and you could get spare ribs, and they was as cheap as chips, because to be honest with you, nobody really wanted them, you know, but they were gorgeous. And so you go to some of the establishments across here and they do ribs, and they cost a fortune in this day and age. I mean, they really you know. And you know, so when my kids say, oh, you know, can we have ribs, I say to them, but you're actually paying for bone, really, because there's not a huge amount of meat on them. Is this me being tight? Probably. Right, well, if you haven't recognised where we are, but we are back home. And you know what, it's been a nice, I've enjoyed it. It's been a great ride. I hope you've enjoyed it. The temperature now has come up really nice. We're 22 degrees on air, so we're probably about 18, which they said it was going to be, you know, round about midday it was going to be 18, 20, so fair play to them. It's been great. It's been great having you along. I've loved every minute of it today. The weather's been brilliant. We've been to a couple of nice places. Okay, you all take care of yourselves. I hope if you've got your bikes, if you're a biker, get out there, enjoy the weather. If you're not a biker, just enjoy the weather, because it's absolutely beautiful. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.